What's up, YouTube gamers? Young Soul dropping another video, and I'm gonna give you my impressions of all of E3 when everything is done. But I wanted to get this out of the way real quick, and I apologize for any construction sounds. The building next door is being worked on, and I don't normally get into resolution because I care way more about games. But I thought this was very interesting. You've been hearing about Xbox talk about true 4K and native 4K and all this stuff. What's interesting is, and I'm going to put obviously, you know me by now, I'm going to put a link to this in the description. But what I find interesting, and this is what I'm wondering, is Xbox lying about 4K, or are the Xbox fanboys just, going by a double standard? And the reason why I asked that is because I saw an article that's basically introducing new packaging icons for the Xbox. So essentially, on the Xbox packaging, you will see three new icons on the actual physical copies or whatever. You'll see 4K Ultra HD, HDR, and Xbox One X Enhanced. So those are the three new icons. And what's interesting is, if you go down to the third question, there's only three questions, but if you go down to the third question, which I actually captured right here on the screen, you'll see, and I don't want to read through it too much, but it's basically asking, what does Xbox One X Enhanced mean? And he basically goes through and tells you about how existing games will be enhanced by Xbox One X or whatever, so that's what Xbox One X Enhanced means. But I really wanted to focus in on the three icons and look at the definitions that they have for the three icons. More importantly, look at the definition of the first icon, the 4K Ultra HD icon. Go ahead and read with me what their official definition is. A game has a 2160p frame buffer output that includes native 4K checkerboarding and dynamic resolution. Now stop for a second. The reason why I'm not as into resolution as I am as in the games, I don't know exactly what 2160p frame buffer means. Maybe someone can tell me that in the comment section. But it looks like they're basically saying a 4K output. And they're basically, what interests me is the second sentence. That includes native 4K. Well, yeah, obviously, native 4K should have an icon that says 4K Ultra HD, right? But then it also says checkerboarding and dynamic resolution. So under Xbox's official definition, or I should say, under Xbox's official icon, they will be putting a 4K Ultra HD icon on games that are not native 4K. And the reason why I'm questioning is Xbox lying is because they're the ones talking up true 4K. We're the only console that does true 4K. Now, I did a video a while back showing that NBA 2K16 was all rated native 4K 60 frames per second on PS4 Pro, and I got a lot of comments from people, dissenters, saying, well, that's not a intensive game. Okay, that may or may not be, but let's move beyond that. The fact that Xbox themselves are trying to differentiate themselves from the PS4 Pro by saying true 4K. Now, keep in mind, I am not claiming that Xbox, about to say Scorpio, Xbox One X is not more powerful than PS4 Pro. I am not making that claim. I believe that there will absolutely be more native 4K games on the Scorpio, here I am again, Xbox One X. There will be more native 4K games. I am not arguing that. What I'm arguing is Xbox on stage is trying to make this grand, difference. Look at true 4K. When, in essence, they're going to be putting 4K Ultra HD icons on their versions of games, even when it's checkerboarding and dynamic resolution, per this official post on Xbox.com. This is Xbox Wire. This is their official statements, right? Now, I know there's going to be some dissenters here that are saying that I'm nitpicking, but really, again, I'm not that as into resolution, but since that's what's being floated around, I figured I'd mention. Again, for the record, I'm more into games than I am into resolution. I've never been more into resolution than games. I know there's some PlayStation guys that have been, but not me. Okay, But I just find it interesting that on stage they're trying to draw a distinction between true 4K and what the other guys do. But right here, they're basically saying we're doing what the other guys are doing, calling things 4K that aren't true 4K. And the other reason why I bring the Xbox fanboys into it as far as a double standard is the fact that when Sony calls their games dynamic 4K, or when Sony says something is 4K when it's not true native 4K, they're called false K, fake K, faux K, as in FAUX, faux K, or I think that isn't that. Anyway, something other than actually 4K. Even to the extent that some Xbox fanboys said, can Sony get away with? Should Sony be allowed to get away with, calling this 4K? And yet here we are under Xbox's official documentation, them saying that they're going to do the exact same thing. Everything that's native 4K obviously gets the 4K Ultra HD, but even things that are checkerboarding and dynamic resolution fall under the 4K Ultra HD icon. Seems like Xbox and PlayStation will be doing the exact same thing for the Pro and the Xbox One X. Again, I want to reiterate, I am not claiming that Xbox One X won't do more games in native 4K than the PS4 Pro. That's obviously going to happen. But this idea that Sony's horrible for claiming something is in 4K when it's not native, so they're horrible for saying 4K when it's not native, but Xbox is going to be doing the same thing apparently. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll holla back. Peace.